Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and as you can see, I'm back with some MyClub, and in today's episode we actually have two matches for you because basically the first match is quite boring and was only like 3 minutes long or whatever, and the second match was basically the most ridiculous thing ever in terms of matchmaking, hence the title of this video, Unfair Matchmaking. And basically I changed the matchmaking actually after this episode. I'll change it to basically make it so it won't be in the same division, but it'll be in the division widening range or whatever, so like 9 to 11 or 8 to 12, wherever hell it is. So yeah, so basically in this first match we face up against guys in division 7 and I'm in division 10, and he has Zaza up front, he's got Ribery, a Barbo, like basically just pace. He's got Shabalalala on the bench, he's got Manuel Neuer in goal. So you won't really be happy when I score these goals against this guy because, you know, with the fact he has Manuel Neuer in goal, I knew I was going to face off against someone who I probably couldn't get past his goalkeeper properly. So yeah, you'll see in a moment, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, pick a random stadium as you do. Guy takes a little bit extra time doing whatever he's doing, and eventually the match will start. So of course, picking a random stadium is always the weird thing because you don't know what stadium you're going to be playing at, and some people have like special stadiums they play at. Me personally, I always seem to get the Estadio de Scorpio, even though I pick random. Like sometimes I get the Giuseppe Meazza, sometimes I get the Juventus Stadium. Majority of the time it's Estadio de Scorpio. I don't know why, but from kickoff, basically ran down the left-hand side with D'Ambrosio, just continued to run. He actually had Gary Medel at the back, which I didn't notice the first time. And from that, I basically got a corner in the first minutes of the match. And from the resulting corner kick, I basically crossed it in with Ayala, who's like ridiculously good at corners, but just can't run to save his life. And from the resulting corner kick, it doesn't really come to anything. He punches it out with Manuel Neuer, and he gets the opportunity to counter-attack. But from the counter-attack, doesn't really come to anything. Eventually, it actually does come out to Raul Garcia, I think it's Raul Garcia. Gets a shot, but it's a good save from Ter Stegen. But literally about 5 or 6 minutes later, eventually Ayala actually gets the ball down his right hand side, and this is probably like the most ridiculous goal you will ever see me score, if I remember correctly. As I run down this left hand side with Ayala, give it into Pinilla. Pinilla just waits for Ayala to make the run back, and Neuer comes flying out, and I have to pass it back because there's nothing I could do there unless I was going to get taken out by Manuel Neuer. So of course passing it back, and of course like I said, get past Neuer is already hard enough, but Ibarbo scores literally about 5 or 6 minutes later, just runs past my defence and scores. And literally in the 22nd minute of the match, Pinilla actually gets an opportunity and pings it off the post, which is just ridiculous because Pinilla is just ridiculous. I mean, you can get the ball past Neuer, but you just can't get it past his post because he's just so goddamn good. But from that, we basically try to get away with it. Rabiot doesn't actually come to anything, and about 5 or 6 minutes later, the most ridiculously poor pass from I think it was Ambrosio actually stays in place for Tarantini. Tarantini runs past a couple of players. I actually passed it back to Pinilla. I didn't actually mean to, but anyway, Pinilla gets the opportunity. Pinilla just pops it in from about 7 yards out. And I was actually really fortunate to actually score that goal because, like I said, I didn't actually mean to pass it back, which sort of put me under pressure to score when I really shouldn't have been put under any pressure at all. But literally from that opportunity, tried to get forward in the last minutes of the first half, but failed. Well, not failed, but good defending from me resulted in him making a mistake and the halftime whistle going. But start of the second half, basically nothing happened until the 62nd minute of the match when he cheaply gave away a corner kick. Okay, he doesn't give a corner kick away, he actually just did a really bad pass with Manuel Neuer. And this guy was really brave. I'll give him his due. Like, passing it back to the goalkeepers is always brave, like always brave. But in the 64th minute of the match, Ter Stegen comes flying out, another German goalkeeper, supposedly one of the better younger German goalkeepers. Him and Bernd Leno, I think, are like 2 of the best of them. But yeah, I'm going off topic. In the 76th minute of the match here, he gets the ball with Ribery and tries to basically, he just continued to try and play long through balls through to Barbo, but it didn't really work out. Well, it did work out actually, in that opportunity it worked out. But it was a really good save from Ter Stegen, basically from just to basically keep us a 2-1 lead. I just continued to do it with like nearly every single player, just continued to play them forward, which is a really bad idea because you're going to leave gaps open, and when you leave gaps open, people are going to, you know, score in said gaps. So in the 84th minute of the match here, Pinilla actually gets past a couple of players, gets a shot away, and it's a really good strike from Pinilla. And you should have seen how much I celebrated because I knew that this guy had the opportunity to score another goal, and I knew that I needed a third goal to sort of seal it. And I was so fortunate that I sealed it, and then Ribery nearly goes ahead and scores there as Ter Stegen's all over the place, but it doesn't matter because 3-1 was the final score. He did a pretty decent job of basically securing the win with a goal in the last like 5 minutes of the match. But as you see there, he had he had a little bit more possession than me, better pass completion, but then again, I was more clinical. So yeah, so up to 509 in terms of the rankings, and I was really happy about that and getting all these points and getting 6 points in the bag for Division 10. And I was like, okay, let's go into one more match and we'll have fun and see who we get. But like I said, unfair matchmaking because of the restrictions of having no matchmaking restrictions. Now, basically, I decided to play another match and checking connection stats. It takes a while, and then I get... Explain that. Explain getting how I can be in Division 10 and get matched against someone in Division 1. I mean, I know I have no matchmaking restrictions, but really, game? It was so goddamn frustrating. So we had Ibrahimovic, Hazard, Jackson Martinez, Leandro, Xavi Alonso, Vertonghen, Rojo. He had Kasper Schmeichel in goal, which is just really weird because you'd think he had a better goalkeeper. Nathaniel Klein and Felipe Luis. So quite a lot of good players, and his team spirit was 88, which is just ridiculous. And basically from that, of course, you pick a random stadium, and I just kicked off the game, marked some players, tried my best, and it was, I wouldn't say a bloodbath, because he was a good player, because of course you have to be a pretty decent player to get to Division 1. You could have like the best squad in the game, but you could still be absolutely terrible. But, yeah, pretty decent player. I sort of stayed up to him for quite a while, actually. I was doing a pretty decent job, like in the first 6 minutes of the match, as you see. Ambrosio tries to cross it in. He actually nearly makes a mistake here with his goalkeeper and his defender. And it comes back out, and again I try and get it forward, eventually get to Tarantini, but I can't get past Jan Vertonghen. And from the opportunities he got, he sort of dominated the match, as you would expect, because he's got a much better team than me. And in the 18th minute of the match, he tries to cross it into Jackson Martinez. Martinez crosses it into Ibrahimovic, and Ibra just unfortunately for him, hits it just wide. But about 10-15 minutes later, gets the opportunity of Jackson Martinez, who just pings it in the near post and makes it 1-0. So, he continued to do this. It was a bit like a spamming of a through ball from PES 2013, and it gave me some really bad PTSD flashbacks. Like, oh no, not more through ball spamming. But it just didn't really work as much as it didn't work as effectively as it did back in the day, because he continued to do it, but it just every once in a while would come off, and when it did come off, it was actually a pretty decent through ball pass. Like that one, for example, was pretty good, but fortunately for me, I sort of read it because I saw the big massive white arrow for him running through. But in the 35th minute of the match, he gets an opportunity with Jackson Martinez, again pops it in the back of the net to make it 2-0 to him. And look at that. Oh my god, my voice is just going all over the place. But, look at that. He crossed it in again. Yeah, crossed it in. He through balled it again. I didn't really get that many opportunities in this game, at all, to be honest. I had some opportunities. This one in particular. Don't know why Panilla decides to, try and put onto his left foot, but who am I to complain? And 2-0 at half-time, passing the ball about, just waiting, essentially, for the half-time. And the half-time came, and 2-0, pretty bad. We only had one shot, one on target. He had 4 shots, 3 on target. But again, facing up against someone who's in, the top division of the game, they have to be, like I've already said, they have to be pretty decent to be there. But again, if they gave me the best team in the game, I'd probably get to Division 1 extremely quickly. I'd be probably one of the better players. So, actually, you know what? I probably wouldn't. I'd probably fail in Division 3 or Division 2 and just get relegated over and over again. But yeah, so yeah, in the 55th minute of the match, I actually do get an opportunity to score a goal with Tarantini and actually missed the opportunity to bring it back to 2-1. If I brought it back to 2-1, I would have probably given myself a little bit more hope to actually win the game, or maybe even draw the game. But no, in the 62nd minute of the match, he actually plays a really nice through ball through to Zlatan Ibrahimovic to make it 3-0. And then in the last minutes of not last minutes of the match, but 4 minutes later, I get another opportunity, but again, Tarantini's just not on mark to pop it in. And in the last minutes of the match, he actually gets an opportunity with Jackson Martinez to get his hat-trick, but misses out on it, and I just wait in the corner for a little bit, and then eventually just clear the ball to end the game, which was a 3-0 loss, which was pretty bad when you think about it, because I'm in Division 10, but when you face someone in Division 1, it's not that bad. It's pretty decent. I actually had a pretty decent game against a guy who had a much better team than me. So yeah, I don't really understand how that even works, considering look at his ranking. It's 350 points, 380 points more than me. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more. I'll catch you later.